Coming up today on a special episode of the Must Watch Show, we are heading under the sea with the cast of Disney's live-action movie, The Little Mermaid. Two high school students had their dreams come true when they hit the Hollywood blue carpet with actress Halle Bailey. We will share with you their story. A new episode of the Must Watch Show starts right now. Welcome to the Must Watch Show. We are celebrating the live-action remake of Disney's The Little Mermaid starring Halle Bailey. And by the way, how cool does our set look with all these amazing balloons and our sea creatures from under the sea? Oh, I'm in love with this now. But let's go ahead and sit back and enjoy the next half hour as we share with you the making of this incredible film. First up, let's share with you our sit-down interview with director and writer Rob Marshall and writer John DeLuca, as making this movie would not have been possible without these two guys. Take a look at their conversation with us.
I think we saw right from the very beginning, we went directly to the Hans Christian Andersen tale, and we saw a very modern story, a very contemporary story about a young girl who feels displaced, doesn't feel like she belongs, and she goes on an epic journey, really, of self-discovery to break down the barriers and walls between herself and the other, which in this case is the human world. And I think what's beautiful about that is that, you know, I think we can all relate. Don't you feel that way, John?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I instantly, associated with this outsider thing. I mean, that to me was very, very important.
No question.
And then you saw that border thing as the thing that caught you.
I mean, when we were making this, it was, we feel the world become more divided and more divisive in a way. And it was this wonderful antidote the entire time about not being afraid of what's on the other side of the border or other side of the wall, not being afraid of someone different than you. And in this wonderful reminder that we're really all one.
And learning how to be tolerant and listen to the other so we can somewhat understand, their plights.
Exactly.
It's very important to us to find, as people who live in this world and are contemporary, we had to find a way in. And that's the most important thing for us.
How does it,
what film?
Exactly. How does it relate to an actual audience today? And that's how we saw it.
And us in our world today.
Exactly.
So that's...
Under the sea, under the sea.
This is the most challenging film I know we've ever done. I mean, I don't think we could have done this film if we hadn't done all the movies up to this point. Because, listen, when they said you're going to do an underwater musical, we thought, well, how do we do that? How do you do that? How do you begin? Because everything is, listen, we were in a blue screen stage. There were literally no sets, pieces and things like that, and a few props that were used, but everything had to be added digitally. But we had this incredible group of people, and we prepped like crazy. We spent years prepping for this film. We started with storyboards. We moved directly into animatics and then pre-visualization, so we could almost create like a little mini movie where we would have where the actor would be in space, in the water, and how we would have the camera moving. And then that was translated to our camera team and also our of course our stunt team, so they would know where to move everyone. So it was daunting.
We all had to learn. We all had to teach ourselves and collaborate and to try to find, and we'd have these methodology meetings. We kept getting together in groups trying to figure out
how do we do it.
But I can say I have two words that got us through, and it's Rob Marshall.
Oh, John.
I mean, no, seriously, without that patience. I mean, I always thought I was patient, but no. But that patience and that kind of being able to feed, it has to feed through one voice in the end of the day, and it can't look technical, as we knew we could never. So it is such a balancing act between all these different factions, and without that vision, and thank God you're some musical though. because it not only in terms of that it is a musical, but the way that the stunt people had to move and flow, and the actors, the whole thing was a musical exercise.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, John. I mean, it was definitely all had to be choreographed in advance. That was the most important thing. Otherwise, we wouldn't know how to even begin. Yeah. Well, Under the Sea was the most complicated production number we've ever done, because there's one live actor and everything else is digital created. And so we once again, we thought, how do we begin? And I remember thinking about Fantasia. I thought of Walt Disney, and I remembered when he did Fantasia, the Nutcracker Suite sequence, he used the ballet russe as a template, their bodies, to help him create the dancing flowers or the snowflakes or the mushrooms or whatever. And so I thought we should work with a company. And so we brought the Alvin Ailey Company over to London to work with them to create this musical number on. And we asked them to actually replicate these different sea creatures and how they moved. And so that our CGI artists would have a chance to have a body to work from and to mold from. And it was insanity in a way. But I will say, at the end of the day, having that company, that beautiful company, there with us, and being able to work, with actual dancers and use them was really the key. I think that was the key to getting into this and figuring it out.
They did enliven the whole process.
Yeah.
When they arrived, it was a real injection of spirit and
Exactly.
just what we wanted to create.
You have to start with something you can actually control. So we thought you have to at least start with something that's tangible, like a dancer. And because we're both choreographers and dancers ourselves, back in the day, we really needed to physicalize it and understand how we were going to do it. And so then we worked with that plus pre-visualization plus storyboards and all of that to mold this massive production number.
And they're all real fish. All the fish in the movie.
They're all real sea creatures.
Yeah.
And when we were debating and deciding which ones to use, we looked for ones that lent themselves to dance. Like those beautiful feather starfish that just look like they almost,
costume.
They almost look like they're in a carnival, kind of thing, and or even like just John, like just the sea turtles, or
or the slugs,
or the little the limpets. Yeah, they had these little hats on. That we thought, so we were looking for actual creatures that we thought we could actually choreograph on and give us a sort of a whole array of everything that's under the sea.
Under the sea.
We can't wait to be part of her world on May 26th when the movie hits theaters. Coming up next, we are sitting down with the voices of the sea creatures in the film, Jacob Tremblay, Awkwafina, and Daveed Diggs. More in a moment. Welcome back. Today we are celebrating the live-action remake of The Little Mermaid. So the young of King Triton's daughters, Ariel, is a beautiful and spirited young mermaid with a thirst for adventure. Ariel has many friends under the sea with her sea creatures, Jacob Tremblay, who voices Flounder. Awkwafina is the voice of Scuttle, and our buddy Daveed Diggs is Sebastian. Here's what they had to say about the process of bringing these sea creatures to life and their thoughts on the movie. Take a look.
Oh no. Get off me, you fool!
Oh, hey. Didn't expect to find you here.
I think the diversity of the cast of this film will give a lot of kids a chance to see themselves in this story.
Yep.
And I think that's a really beautiful thing, particularly in a story that is about love and about all these universal ideas and about things that we really hope for more of in the world. Connection and listening.
Fitting
and all of
in,
these
connection,
things, you know?
yeah.
So yeah, I think it's nice that the diversity of the cast is also woven into the fundamental nature of the storytelling, and then that also gives kids a wider range of kids an opportunity to look up on a screen and see themselves.
Beautifully answered.
Kiss the girl.
Kiss the girl. Kiss the girl. I think Rob Marshall was the perfect director to bring this story to the big screen, because there's something about, obviously, like, I'm such huge fans of some of his movies. I think Chicago's like one of my favorite movies, and he did such a good job with that as well. He's the kind of a director that really allows you to be yourself. You'd think that, like, in a script, as you know, there wouldn't be a lot of room to maybe improv or do anything like that. And he's just the guy that just, like, supports you being yourself, like, in a really true way, not someone who's, this is what, you know, like, his directing style is incredible, and I think he also has a really strong vision always. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the vision, the, like, technical skill set that he has, which, like, you would need to pull this thing off, and then and just, like, the biggest heart also. And so the fact that all of those things can end up in the picture, I think makes him pretty much the one for this.
Rob's a genius. He's amazing at what he does, and yeah, I just remember being on set and just having, we did like a full walkthrough of everything, and it just all looks so amazing, and like this guy, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Sebastian, if you had just seen it up there. The ship rode on the wind, and they filled the sky with fire.
Thanks, guys, for the great conversation. Now, they could not have picked a better person to play the incredible Ursula, Melissa McCarthy. In the film, we see Ariel makes a deal with the evil sea witch to experience life on land. Here's what Melissa had to say when speaking with us about the movie, joined by her co-star Javier Bardem, who plays King Triton, Ariel's father. Take a look.
The sea witch!
So here's the deal. I'll whip up a little potion to make you human for 3 days. Got that?
I'm completely intimidated. You're walking into something that is already known to millions, beloved by so many, including myself. And I think at a certain point you just have to let it go and be like, I'm gonna bring everything I can to it. And then yeah, like Javier said, the safety net is John and Rob, and all of these incredibly talented people that are there to help and improve and get you to just the right place where you want to be. And that whole team that they put together, every single person, the dancers, the choreographers, stunts, amazing, Colleen Atwood, it all works together, and suddenly this like beautiful project just appears. So much work and effort, but also such a joy. I think so many people will take away so many different things, and I think you always take away maybe what you need that day, and there's so much of it in this movie for people. I also think, something that's so relevant now is that when you look at something or someone that you don't know, that you don't have to fear it. You don't have to be afraid of it. You can be curious about it. You can say how wonderful, like, look at how different we are, and learn from it, and find all these new wonderful things. I think that is a huge thing that the world needs right now.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch.
Rehearsing in movies is very strange, because most of the time there's no rehearsal.
None.
And in this case, we spend a lot of time knowing each other, knowing our colleagues, our partners, and creating a bond, a relationship that it will be translated when we play with each other. And that's the common ground where every rehearsal must stand on, to create a bond between the partners, the people that you work with, and it happened.
Yeah, it is such a rarity, and such a oh my gosh, I don't know, I can't even explain how important it was that we got to do all of that rehearsal. And I think because they come from the theater, and they're originally performers themselves, and taking that time to know how important that is to get to build it, and build it together as a company, and not just all individuals coming in to do what they do. We were coming in to all put our heads together and make this one piece. And I think, I really felt the difference from that.
When we come back, we are sitting down with Halle Bailey and her co-star Jonah Hauer-King playing Eric. More after the break. Stick with us. Welcome back. Well, lead star Halle Bailey and her co-star Jonah Hauer-King, they sit down with us to discuss their upcoming movie release and share their complex relationship together. Take a look at this.
I definitely feel that Ariel and Eric's relationship is definitely a bit more nuanced in this version. You get to understand the reasoning for their connection and their genuine friendship, and I think you see that in their shared interests. You know, Ariel's grotto is very similar to Eric's library, and them just collecting the things that they love and their thirst for adventure, for the world that they don't know. So I think when you get to see that relationship between them both, it helps you understand why they connect so much in the first place.
Yeah, I think their relationship is really built on friendship. I think it's about their shared value systems, their shared view of the world. They're both people that always want to look outwards and not in. I think they're quite restless, and I think they want more. I think they want to explore, they want to go on adventures, and that connects them so much. I think there's all of that Disney romance that we all know and love, but I think they also connect on a really deep level as well, and I think we saw them as kindred spirits.
Before the sun sets on the third day, you and Princey must share a kiss. And not just any kiss. The kiss of true love.
If I can speak for Jonah, I think Jonah is very similar to Prince Eric because I think he's a really good leader. He's a good example of a leader. He's very kind, compassionate, and also just curious, much like Prince Eric, and has a thirst for wonder in the world. And I really think he's very similar to Prince Eric, especially in the film.
I told her to say that.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to speak for you, and I'm going to say Halle is everything Ariel needed to be. She has that beautiful voice, and she's so kind, and she's so strong, and she's knows who she is, and she knows what she wants, and she's funny, and she's full of love for people, and those are all qualities that Ariel has. So it's good casting.
I definitely feel Rob Marshall was by far the most ideal director to do this because he is such a visionary. He's so passionate, and he's also a very meticulous perfectionist. And I think that that's something beautiful when a creative who has such vision is able to articulate exactly what they see and what they want for a film. And ultimately, that is, you know, that makes a great director who can give direction in that way and show you and tell you what the vision is supposed to be. So I also think because he has a great eye for talent, because he's talented himself, you know, like Jonah said earlier, they're dancers, they grew up in this creative musical world and know exactly what's great and what's not. And I feel like Rob was able to put together a beautiful cast because of that vision that he's had for so long. So
wish I could be part of that world.
When we come back, Halle surprises 2 high school students from Disney Dreamers Academy to come join her on the blue carpet. More after the break. You don't want to miss this. Welcome back. Well, lastly, Halle recently left 2 aspiring teen filmmakers speechless when she surprised them during Disney Dreamers Academy at Walt Disney World Resort with a personal invitation to join her on the blue carpet at the movie's world premiere in Hollywood. How lucky are they? I wish I was them. Here is their reaction and a look at their night attending the premiere. Take a look.
Oh my God.
Hi, good morning. It's all right.
Yes.
We're just going to practice a few times and see how it feels.
We're here on the blue carpet here at Disney Dreamers Academy to tell you all about Disney's up-and-coming live-action film, The Little Mermaid.
I love Ariel because she is just empowering. Are you excited to go see the movie?
Of course, and Halle Bailey.
Hi!
I was just talking about it.
Hi!
I'm Halle. It was like, I forgot how to breathe for a second because I don't know, a lot of people don't know it, but yesterday I was trying so hard to get a selfie with her. I tried everything and I kept falling short. So to be able to just see her and hug her, like, yeah, it was amazing.
I heard you guys, you sound amazing. So repeat after me, okay? Okay. We'll be on the red carpet.
We'll be on the red carpet.
Together. In Hollywood.
In Hollywood.
Attending the world premiere.
Attending the world premiere.
Of Disney's live-action Little Mermaid.
Of Disney's live-action Little Mermaid.
In it's true. You're coming as my guest.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be so fun.
It was just surreal. Like, she is amazing, and just like being able to see her in person and meet her and like go to this premiere, it's just been an amazing experience. And it was just, it captured me off guard, and it was just amazing.
Oh, it was so amazing and so much fun for me to be able to surprise Madison and Dylan with saying that we're going to Little Mermaid premiere together. I cannot wait to bring them, and it's just gonna be a great day.
I want to be either a novelist or like a playwright or a screenwriter. So just like being able to like meet an actress and like be near that field, it's just been amazing.
Good, yeah. Yes.
How are you? Good.
It's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and just to be a part of it is just amazing.
I am feeling pumped up and just excited to be here, and it's been pretty crazy so far, seeing everybody, seeing all the celebrities, seeing everybody's amazing looks, and just being here on the red carpet when I never thought that was possible, never thought that could happen. As I see her around the corner, it's just, oh my God, she looks amazing. Her beautiful dress, her hair, she's just gorgeous. And getting to see her again and getting to hug her again, it just meant the world to me.
Disney Dreamers Academy can kickstart your dreams in so many ways. It's not even just this, they have so many different career paths and so many different passions that everyone has, and they just focus in on everyone. It's not just one passion. And it can help you in so many ways, in business aspect, personal aspect, and it's just amazing.
Halle is just the best. So many fans are super excited about the movie. Here are a couple of tweets from Twitter, from the Twitterverse. That's right. At Natasha TRCE says, officially got my tickets. Seeing The Little Mermaid Friday morning. I'm so excited, and I'm so excited too. May 26th is the release date, you guys. Brittany, she writes, it's 2 in the morning, and I can't wait to see The Little Mermaid this weekend with my grandmother in theaters. I'm so excited for this movie. Oh, yes. Take the grandmas, the grandpas, take the entire family with you to go see this movie on May 26th in theaters. We hope you all have enjoyed today's special episode highlighting Disney's The Little Mermaid. The film opens in theaters, like I said, once again, May 26th, so be sure to take the entire family with you. Don't leave anyone out for a fun-filled experience. Take care, have a great day, and we will see you back here next time on Must Watch. Bye-bye.